Greetings, warriors of the ring. My name is Strider656, and I'm thrilled to welcome you back for yet another adventure through Middle-earth. In this series, I'll be playing random ladder matches on Discord and showing you War of the Ring games from my perspective by only viewing my cards and sharing with you my thoughts and in-game reactions while trying to keep the end result a mystery. The other player is well aware that I'm making a video, as I asked permission both before and after playing. If you enjoy this video, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Today's adventure features DEMANRAY. DEMANRAY, I met on the Discord randomly, and he was looking for a game. And I said, do you want to do a video? He said, sure. What's interesting about his answers to the questions I ask is he's Russian and wanted to try to answer in his native language. Not native language, but his best English possible. So I'm going to read to you what his answers were to my questions. If you're not interested in getting to know the community, that's fine. Just fast forward to where the video starts. You'll know when you start seeing dice go down. All right, so my first question I asked him is, how did you find War of the Ring? He says, I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings. 2003, my non-father, man in the house, gifted me and my mom tickets to Jackson's third part of the trilogy. It was so awesome, so I was... he told my mom that I've got no edition with the cool translation, extensions like Grammar of Elves and Dwarves and Chronics and so on. So as the time goes, passion only grows for him. And he suddenly discovered some casual stuff online like Ticket to Ride and stuff, and began there. He doesn't remember for sure how he discovered it, but as a final ex-wife present to him, she actually mistakenly gifted him Journeys of Middle-earth. So he returned it and got War of the Ring instead because he was dreaming of it. He's a strategy game fan. It's the best. So basically, besides Monopoly in childhood, Ticket to Ride was first, then War of the Ring. Discord is where he found he saw it's a strong community. He saw it was a good one on VK.com. He found it even before he bought the game, but it's a bit toxic admin there sometimes, so I'd love to hang out around in the channel of outstanding Hakuna Matata. All the players around are kind, educated, working, mature people, and helpful and respectful to share the passion with. He brought up some names of some community members that he really likes. Kuna Matata, Scarge, Skaarj, Gilliforn, and others are starting to watch, play, and learn from. They even have a domestic champ of their own. And we're happy to finish fourth by losing to Gilliform last year. So now Makuna is developing rookie champs. So now World Ladder will hopefully be equipped soon with better players. Let's see. Question 3 I asked, how long have you played? He was waiting until the 1st of January of 2023 to join the online community. He's worried that the tournament view understanding will tear his love for the game apart. But he likes to play online better. And it's good not to be played too often. Let's see what else is going on here. Alright, his game is on the shelf. Probably 3+ years, so he has it. It's second delivery edition in Russia. He's played offline about 8 times before joining online. He's played less than 35 games online. Question 4, I asked him interesting facts about him as a player. He joined January 23rd. Lucky domestic champ in 23, 4th place. Once with Scarge, but he lost 1-2. He crossed the 3 oceans, made a sail around the world in my 23. Hard to play, mistaken tune, and have no idea how people like him in Gilliform, how they can play 50 games in less than 39 days. And whenever he plays a game, he listens to the soundtrack of War of the Ring. And he is a regular guy. He's from Russia, St. Petersburg, born in Kaliningrad, or ex-Königsberg. All right, so I tried my best. I hope I did you justice, DEMANRAY. Now let's just jump into the game. I know it's 4 minutes in, but I wanted to share, and I really appreciate that DEMANRAY decided to try it in his best English. So thank you so much for sharing that in your story of War of the Ring. All right, so we decided to... I always give the option as who do you want to play as? He says, let's just do it random. So we roll. And I said, what do you want the result to be? He says, the highest person who rolls is Shadow. So I rolled a 4, he rolled a 2. So I'm the Shadow player. Let's jump into it. So I have Musterings of a Long Plan Worm, Balrog of Moria to start. Great starting hand. Allocate no eyes, and I roll 1. And he rolls 3 movement and a Palantir. So I almost rolled no eyes, so it would have been bad. because then he would have moved a lot. So I start by drawing a strategy card to get Olagai. He decides to move the Fellowship, and I miss. I say safe. He moves Sauron to war, so now I'm worried about he could go north towards Old Forest Road, but we'll see what happens. So he moves the Fellowship again, so I'm not so worried about that. But he still could do it. He hits, one reveal. So there we go. So I take the Corruption. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am playing as Shadow. I'm not going to restart this video. So I'm playing as Shadow. I missed, and I hit here, and I said, there you go. You need to slow down a bit. So he decides to move the Fellowship from Rivendell to Holland, flipping the Fellowship and taking that Corruption. Now I'm going to go straight for Old Forest Road. For a second I was thinking, man, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry, everyone. All right, so the army goes from Dol Guldur straight up to Narrows of the Forest, and I move the regular Isengard unit onto the Fellowship. He flips the Fellowship, and then I think, and I do an army movement up to Old Forest Road, which flips to north, and I move the guys from Barad-dûr to Gorgoroth. And you draw a strategy card, and I decide I'm going to go for Lothlorien now and get rid of it, and hopefully I can do it. Kind of stupid, possibly, because I'm bringing the elves straight to war, but then maybe next turn I can get 2 minions. So the elves move down. They're like, what is going on? Not the strongest army, but their army is pretty weak. I attack Woodland Realm, playing Desperate Battle. He does no card, it looks like. And I got 2 hits. I didn't even need the Desperate Battle. Desperate Battle didn't help him out. Oh, I got 2 hits. And now I press. And no card. And I get my 6 on the reroll. Super lucky. And he hits. So the Woodland Realm is done. But the elves go straight to war. I'm thinking about. I mean, you can think about this as a good play. I don't know, but the way I see it, the Dol Guldur army was like, "Let's go, guys! I see the elves up there," and they just ran for him. All right, he draws a character card, strategy card. I draw Warden with Sorrow and Toil and Desperate Battle. I love Warden with Sorrow and Toil. I love that card. It annoys them so much. So Fellowship, okay. I allocate an eye. I roll only 1 more. No, you don't. Hold on. My computer is being stupid. Dismiss that. Okay. He rolls 1 movement, so I know he's not going to get Gandalf. 2 musters and a hybrid. So I'm seeing he could go military, possibly, to get Dol Guldur, maybe bring these guys down, but it's really risky. So he starts by playing King Brandsman first, which I'm happy to see. That means that War of Sorrow and Toil is coming out. So King Brandsman wake up, they're like, hey, I think something just happened in Woodland Realm. So he gets a strategy card for that, but it isn't. He doesn't get the double draw because it wasn't a Palantir. There goes War of Sorrow and Toil. I say, enjoy that card. He says, no problem, pass. Now I decide to bring Isengard to war. Because I can do muster, get the Witch King and Saruman right now. Here's the Fellowship. He's hit twice. 2 reveal. Kind of dreading the fact that the Balrog isn't there. Gandalf goes to the 2 reveal. That's always risky. So he takes that. And I draw... War with Sorrow and Toil happens now. It doesn't happen at the end. It's whenever he kills someone. The Moria tile is a 1 reveal. Not happy that it's a reveal, but I'll take Corruption over an eye. Okay, so I bring Saruman in. He flips the Fellowship of Moria. I decide they're in Moria. It's a perfect time to bring the Balrog in. So the Balrog sees Gandalf as dead. He's like, I'm here now. And there he is. He says, what are the chances of that? And so he's waiting. I drew him for his card. He says, never had in 29 games. I said, oh, wow. He's Superman. All right. So then he uses the hybrid to move the guy from Iron Hills into Erebor, and Edoras guys up to West Temnet. And it changes his mind. What does he do instead? Let me just read what he says here. Moves the guy from Osgiliath to Druidane Forest instead. Alright. Witch King comes into Gorgoroth. I decided that it doesn't make sense to go up here because I think I'm done with the north this whole game. I'm not doing anything else up there. I'm going to do 1, 2, probably 3, 4, and then some form of 10 down here. Alright. So there goes the Witch King. Everyone's flipped. And we go to turn 3. I draw Grand and return to Valinor for a Deadly Strife. I could try to play that for this combat effect. Allocate an eye because I have to. And I roll lots of musters. Lots of musters, 2 Palantirs, and 1 character in there somewhere. And he rolls 2 Wills of the West, so he's going to get Gandalf the White right away. A Palantir and a hybrid. So Gandalf shows up at Fangorn. I let him know that if he wants the sound effect, he can flip him casualties first. I move South New Ceilings down. I want to just get them to war so I can get moving. Passes there at war. Alright, so I'm feeling pretty good. I know I picked some Mordor to play as well to bolster my forces. Pits of Mordor is what I do. And I put them everywhere. 2, 2, 2, just to prevent military shenanigans. He passes. I draw Return of the Witch King. And now I have a crazy idea. I have a wild idea. I remember it. You never see this. So I'm like, I'm going to do something fun. It says, this seems fun. And I put a muster down. And I play Return of the Witch King for the card effect. So it's 2 regulars, 1 elite, and what else do I get? Witch King to Angmar, for 2 regular units and 1 elite unit there. Usually use this for the Swarm of Bats, but I think it's too funny. Moves a Fellowship. I roll a 5, reroll a 6, which is great. It's a 1. This takes the Corruption. And now I decided to start marching on... I'm trying to think of the best way to get my forces. I think I want to use these Gundad bad guys to go here. So I leave 1 behind, because I don't want military victories. And I put 3 here. He starts mustering elites in Rivendell. I condense and move up. He plays a power 2 great. Oh. I laugh. I was like, come on. And I just move outside of Rivendell. Now my thought here is he only has a certain amount of elite units that he can muster. So it's 3 left. And I'm still eyeing Lorien. Because I could use Balrog to get some hits there. And maybe if I have a muster here, I can go a different direction. That's an option I'm thinking currently. So the Witch King's looking at Rivendell. Rivendell has the forest field around it called a Power 2 Great. I draw Candle of Corpses and Hill Trolls. So I do have cards that I could discard. I have the 2 muster cards, Hill Trolls, Olagai. I don't have half orcs yet. Then I'd have all the Ford mustering cards. Actually, another Ford mustering card is Rage of the Dundanlings. But, okay. Allocate an eye. Roll 1 more. He rolls 2 Wolves of the West here. He puts in lead Rivendell right away. So Rivendell looks like garbage. I draw a character card because I don't want to use Candle of Corpses. I don't want to use Grond to get rid of it. So Dreadful Spells I do draw into. He moves Fellowship. Miss. Miss. So we can safely go to Lorien. So now my plan changes here. And I kind of alluded to it last turn. So I kill Dreadful Spells. And I kill Return to Valinor, which is ironic. Maybe I should have killed Olagai or Hill Trolls. But I'm thinking I might need extra forces to go to a Power 2 Great. He's not a fan of showing. I say I'll tell him after the game. He decides to use use a muster to bring in a regular in Rivendell and a regular in Lorien. Let's look at that pool. It's got 2 elites left. Alright, let's see if I'm going to start moving now, because I have to count my dice to get there. Because I want to make it before he can discard Warm with Sorrow and Toil. Because I really think that's his point. We talked for a while. He decides to use the Will of the West instead of the hybrid to muster. And now I've moved down towards near Harad. So the Witch King's like, forget this. He's seeing all these elves show up. He's like, no, we're going to go somewhere else. And the South Rents and East Rents are moving to their barbecue spot in Umbar, gradually. DEMANRAY says, too scared. I say, laugh. I say, no thanks. Wasted my dice. So I leave this guy behind. That's actually a mistake. So I just move it right away. And I put the Orthanc guy in, because I could draw Devilry of Orthanc. Or I could draw Fighting Uruk-hai. So move all these guys to Moria. And I move the guys from Gorgoroth to Minas Morgul. So I'm going for Gondor, Lorien. Alright, he lets me do it. He brings an elite to Lorien. And I move outside of it. I move Minas Morgul towards Gondor. Move straight down. He could always go military. This is wide open. He plays Red Arrow for the card effect to move the Rohan down. So now I'm going to see if I can take out Lorien. Chances are really low this is going to work. So I attack Lorien. I play Grand, so I get 3 combat rounds. This is super dangerous, and I know it is. But I do have Dread and Despair if things get bad. Round 1, I play Balrog. Got 1. Guess he's not doing a card. Oh, he can't card. That's why. He learns that I can take it from the table. So I tell him, look at the card in italics. Says, you may discard Balrog of Moria to use its combat effect as if you were playing the card from your hand. Alright, so he takes 1. He takes 2 on me. And then takes 1 more. Round 2, no card. He thinks about carding. Does nothing. And I get 2 back. And I forgot to re-roll my re-roll. So I get 2. He only gets 1. So do I take my 1? I do. Going to round 3. No card. I got 1. 2. Very lucky. He is not happy. Gets nothing back. Poor guy. So now he's got 2 regulars left. I'm thinking I could take it. Because if I take it, Warren Star and Toil will be off the table. I feel bad for him, too, because it's super unlucky. Let's see how he's been rolling. Only 2 5s and 2 6s all game. I'm +3 on 6s currently. Alright. I press the regular. No card. I need 2 6s. And I get him. And that was a crazy, crazy Lorien. It had 8 hit points to my 11. And I end it with 6. Odds are super low that would happen. So he starts complaining. I don't blame him. But now 2 elven territories are taken over. And no one else is at war. So the elves are my victory points. Turn 5, I draw Lure of the Ring and Shadows of the Misty Mountain. Shadows is a turn too late. Because I'm not going to use that. I don't plan to go. I can use it to defend myself if they start going towards Mount Gundabad or Moria. But I don't plan to use that. And now what's interesting too, well, now that Balrog's off the table, he can declare out. So he does. To South Andrew and Vale. So I say no Balrog with a sad face. He says no Lorien with a sad face. Fellowship's okay. That was my plan. I allocate 1. And I roll 2 more. And he rolls a pretty bad roll here. 2 Palantirs, a muster, 2 movement. And my roll's pretty decent. I have 1 muster. And I have like 5 attacks. Then moves a Fellowship. And I miss. Now I play Nazgul's Strike, because my thought is I'm going to move the Nazgul around And now I'm going to do a full Gondor attack. And put 1 on the Fellowship. Roll for the Hunt. It's a hit. And I draw an eye, so he's revealed. It's going to slow him down. So he takes the Corruption, moves to Western Brownlands. His turn. He flips the Fellowship with the Palantir. Now I'm thinking, is it time to go after... I have Candle of Corpses. I could play that now, but I don't have a card to play it with. So that was my only card I could use. So that was nice about Nazgul's Strike, is it allowed me to move my leadership and attack the Fellowship. I decided to attack Osgiliath with no card, because I'm thinking I could get 6s. I do. He gets nothing back. DEMANRAY as FFS. Moves the Fellowship again. I miss. Safe. Attack Minas Tirith. Moving Gondor to war. He musters an elite in Dol Amroth. I attack Minas Tirith. See how this fight goes. I decide I'm probably going to play Lure of the Ring. They are terrible. He plays advantageous position. They are terrible works in the opposite way, so it's on the reroll that I get the hits, that I get the upgrade. So I'll be rerolling 4. So I roll no hits, reroll 2. We talked for a bit. I let him know that you can see I only rerolled 4, not 5. He gets 3 back, so they're hitting. I decide to press and draw. 7 on 3. I draw Wormtongue. He tries to move his movement up, but I remind him that I did reveal him with Nazgul's Strike, not Search. All right. No card. I'm feeling really confident in my 6s here. I remember that I'm a 6 rolling machine. But the Witch King does absolutely nothing here. Absolutely nothing. No hits. And he gets 3 back. So that's painful. Now I'm kind of scared for the Witch King. This could be really bad. But I do have Olagai and Hill Trolls to help if needed. So did not go well for me. They're taking revenge on Lorien. He plays Emerald Dol Amroth. And now I go last, so I decide to muster an elite in Umbar. Then I start moving these guys. I'm giving up on Corsairs, and I'm just making a beeline to protect Minas Tirith to get it. I draw Black Captain Commands for the end of the turn, and I draw Day Without Dawn. I get rid of Wormtongue, I'm pretty sure, because that card sucks. Yep. Allocate 1 eye. He declares a Fellowship in Eastern Brownlands. Allocate 1, I roll 2 more. Lots of characters here. I mean, I could still play my... I have to think how I'm going to do this. I remember that. I have to think what I'm going to do. And he rolls 2 hybrids, a Will of the West, and 2 characters. So he musters a Gondor regular in Pelargir and a leader in Dol Amroth. This looks like a nightmare. Dol Amroth is not going to happen this game. Alright, so I play Black Captain Commands to move all my Nazgul around the board and attack Pelargir with that army. And I decided to play a strategy card, which is probably going to be Shadow on the Misty Mountains, because that card's not helpful. I got 1, I got 2. And he gets nothing back. He says, here we go, we're back. Feeling the pain. I literally almost choked on laughing from that comment when I was playing the game. Not right now, because this is a recap. So the Southern Easterlings are here. They came through Pelargir. There's this giant force here. So now I'm at 5. This will be 6, 7. I don't remember where I'm going to get my 10 from. I don't know what I'm thinking here. We'll see. Was a fellowship. Miss. Safe. I decide to block off or to go after Dol Amroth anyway. So I am going to jet Dol Amroth. That is my plan. I'm going to Dol Amroth. Probably it's going to be get Gondor and get Dale. He musters another leader in Dol Amroth, and that's all he musters. I attack Dol Amroth. So we'll see how this thing goes. This is kind of dangerous. Moves a fellowship. I do hit. It's a 0 reveal, which is exactly what I needed, because otherwise he'd be in Mordor. So there he goes. So I'm relieved about that, because he could have made it. I don't have Cruel Weather. I attract Druidane from Minas Tirith. I'm worried about this forest attacking me. No card. He misses. I hit. I put no one out there. He thinks and passes. I attacked Dol Amroth. I'm thinking I could get it. I'm going to play We Come to Kill for sure. Probably the Olagai one. Plays Book of Miserable, so I do get to bait that out. I get 2 hits. He gets 2 back. He says, not funny. Take my 2. And We Come to Kill now. Gets 2 more. Devastating. I press and draw. And I draw Deadly Strife, which I might play here just to finish this off. But I'm thinking, I'm going to see if I can get 6s. I do no card. He does Heroic Death. I get 1. He gets 2. I press and say no draw. I just press. Now I'm going to play my Deadly Strife. And I get 2. And then I roll 3 1s. So this is not going well for me. I mean, it's going well for me in terms of the board state, but this combat I was really hoping to finish it there. So I get 2. He gets 3. And now I decide to go crazy, and I press. No card, and I got my 6. And he says, come on, WTF, rolls a 6. So I get it, barely. Now I'm up to 7. I say, good job, Army. He said, never forget 30 plus rolls in DEA and still nothing. Let's look at the stats. Briefly. Pretty even now, but I mean, if you look at the combat rolls, yeah, I think he's right. It was very brutal. All right, just want to always look at the stats because they're there. All right, back to the game. So Dol Amroth is no more with that one guy. I had just enough forces. All right, we talked about the risk that was involved. He's looking for chances. I don't know what he can do to win. He decides to move Rohan down to track 1. I decide to muster up in Northrend because I'm seeing I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 as my last points. All right, so turn 7. I draw Palantir and Shadow Lengthen. Shadow Lengthen is a good card here because I'm thinking I'm going to use that to get my guys up to here and scare them. I allocate an eye. Fellowship Quest is not good, but fine. 7 meals a day. And then I roll this wonderful roll. All musters, 1 and 2 characters, and a army action. And he rolls 3 musters, a Will of the West, and a Palantir. He decides with the Fellowship. So I decide to muster forces. I'm thinking Shadow Lengthens. And my plan is that I'm looking at this this Rohan moving down. I'm suspicious of Path of the Roses. So I'm thinking I'm going to muster here. Then I'm going to move my army down here. And I'll use a character for that. I'll move a character and 1 orc out here. And then I will play Shadow Lengthens to go 2, 2, and then block it. So I'm going to continue my plan. I muster up an Umbar. They're hungry. They're like, hey, there's a war going on, but let's stop to eat, because that makes perfect sense. I'm going to murder their elite to Umbar. Passes. I move 1 regular to his Gileath. DEMANRAY says, of course. I say, makes sense to me. He says, best timing, so he's cluing me that he has it. He decides to move the Fellowship. I miss. He's safe. I bring another elite to Umbar. He moves Rohan to War. Now I play Shadow Lengthens, because even if they move to Druidane Forest, this forest is going to be gigantic. So do his Gileath and to South Rune. He says he has 5 steps in 1 turn in Mordor, sure. And I bluff and I say, unless I have Cruel Weather, which is a lie, I don't have it. He moves an elite to Edoras. This is such a low play for him. I decide to muster up in Orthanc just to scare him. If he starts moving out, I'm telling him I'm going to go after Helm's Deep if I need to. He says, so nice to move last. So I enjoyed mustering all the elites out of the pool. Is that what I did? Yeah, all the elephants came out that turn. So he doesn't know if there's weather, and he decides to, and I realized I probably should have went after Helm's Deep instead. So he decides to put another elite in Edoras. I play Candle of Corpses. He says, show me the love. And I get 2 hits. And I draw Foul Thing, Shadows Gather. This is turn 8. I tell him I don't have it, so he's in. Safely, he was right. He could win if he draws all of the tiles that aren't reveal. And if I don't get my points. Or if I roll like I just did. Fellowship okay. I rolled fantastic. He rolls 3 movement, but I have Day Without Dawn. Uses Day Without Dawn to move a Rohan regular, to muster a regular in West and West, regular in Helm's Deep. I put Day Without Dawn because I don't want him to have another action. I figure 1 for 1 is fine. He passes. Now I put 1 in Druidane, so he can't Path of the Woes as me. Everyone else is Minas Tirith. I realize the Witch King is stuck at this point. I can't move him at all. He plays Spirit of Mordor on Minas Tirith, which he can do because I have a mix. And he gets 3. Play Half Orcs and Goblin Men now to make that a little bit bigger. He starts moving towards... he thinks about moving towards here. If he does, I'm going straight for Helm's Deep. He passes. I decide to do Minas Tirith. I'm probably going to play We Come to Kill. Yep. Plays a Daylight. I roll too many. So I look at my roll. 5-1-6 is a combat and 2-2 is a reroll. So he realizes it. And we talk for a while. He figures it out. And he gets 1 hit back. We Come to Kill, kills them. So We Come to Kill has been crucial and really awesome in this game for me. He says, I came to fart. I laugh. He says, no, I can't reach anything. I say, I still need 1 more point. He says, 2 moves and done. So that's true. Passes, I decide to bring the mouth in, so I have 3 attacks here. Passes, I move towards Dale with these guys. He starts moving towards Gondor just for the heck of it. He says, I calculate too good. I attack Dale, no card. Because I do have Mumakil. I'm going to wait to play that. He plays Heroic Death on me. I get 1 hit. He gets nothing back, but he does lose the leader. I press. I'm going to play Mumakil. That means if I roll more hits than him, then he will lose an additional troop. And I get 2. and he gets 1 back. So that's 2 plus 1. That's the game. Good game. It's over. He showed me a Path of the Woses. So I feel bad for him. It was a rough game. But We Come to Kill came for the win. I want to thank DEMANRAY for playing. It was really fun. Different kind of game. And he was very unlucky in the combat because he mustered up the correct troops in Lothlorien. I got super lucky there. This is I'm tricky. So that was that game. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let's look at the stats to end it so we can see how what it looked like. Here you go in 3, 2, 1. So you can see I was +1 on 6s and pretty average, but he was +4 on 2s, and he was minus on movement and plus on musters, which is not what you want to see. You never want to see the plus on the Palantirs and musters as a free player. So well played. Thank you for playing me. And so you guys know, I plan to try to release these Strider Adventure games on Tuesdays, and I plan to do a new series that I'll announce on Thursday. I'm excited to share with you. So look forward to that video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and you can find me in the Discord if you want to join me in an adventure in Middle-earth. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye.